So you have been offered a job and you are excited. I get it. Who will not be excited of finally landing the dream job? And now basically you are ready to embark on this incredible journey. Now, you know that by now you've done the hard work. You have probably applied, you've gotten, your interviews, you've passed that, and now here is your offer letter. Now, I've had a couple of people reach through to me sharing, these job offer letters, and to their loss, some of them have been scammed. Now, in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 tips, run you quickly through them so that you do not fall victim to these scams. And make sure you stay till the end of this video because I'll share with you a practical example from one of you guys who have sent me this information so that I can share and show you what it is that goes wrong or could go wrong so that again you do not become victim of these scammers. We know how hard it is to work and raise the money to pay for visas, medicals, and all of those things. But before you even get there, there are people that are after your money. And this video actually is going to make sure that we do not become those people. Now, first of all, welcome back to my channel. For those that have just joined who are new, I'm thrilled to have you here. My name is 𝐌𝐍𝐓𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐒, and I've compiled this playlist, Work and Travel Overseas, to share with you everything cruising, to give you tips and techniques on what to do to enhance or better your journey of working on board cruise ships. Now, without further ado, let's go straight to tip number one. So this one is going to be upfront payments. Now, guys, legitimate, authorized agencies will never ask for money. Now, please be careful. Actually, last week, I was at IHS International Hotel School, Pretoria. I was doing a presentation on how to travel and, work with cruise ships. And I was surprised when the students shared with me that people have come there and they've actually been asking them for money. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong or right to be doing that. That is not my job. But to my knowledge and my experience and the way that I have done things, you do not have to pay in order to get to the cruise ships. Now, you will be paying again for the documentation process when we get there, but paying an agency upfront, that will be likely a scam. Now, if you have been following my 7-step process, you will know that now we are on step number 5. I'm actually going to leave a link up there or in the description below so that you can get access to this video. Also, to further, help you out, guys, I'm actually, working on sharing the step-by-step guide. I'm thinking by now via email, and if you want to, get that information and also be on my, newsletter, make sure that you sign up for free. Of course, the link will be in the description. Now, let's move on to tip number 2. This, guys, I would really say it is crucially important that you verify the credentials of these people. Now, if you do not know how to do that, you can check, with the International Maritime Organization or the IMO, or even in some cases, the Maritime Coast Guard agencies, and verify their credentials. Now, you do this simply because if you doubt anything, these people, if they are authorized, they should be registered. If you cannot verify the credentials, that is another red flag to look out for because, guys, like I said, it's very difficult to raise money, to want to even get a job, and then you get people. It really breaks my heart. I was talking to a guy a couple of days ago. That's why one of the reasons why I decided to do this video. They've actually scammed him for money. And on top of the money that you've taken, they want even more money. So again, like I said, stay till the end of the video and I'll show you exactly how these people, I call them pro con artists, because there is no one who is uneducated or who doesn't know what they are doing that can get to this level of expertise where you will believe or can believe that they are legit, and to find out that they are not. Now, moving on to tip number 3. Now, these scammers will have very poor communication. Oftenly, as you will see in the example at the end, they will have spelling errors, or the grammar might not be correct, or there will be something that you can see that is off. In most cases, if you do pick up these guys, that will be likely another scam. And I do encourage you guys to first take a step back. Even ask people, reach out to people like me in this case, even if you cannot reach me, but there could be, a couple of people that you know who are working on cruise ships. Reach out to them as well. Maybe they can help. Now, the next tip, which now will be tip number 4, this will be the job offer. You see, guys, legitimate job offers should be detailed and include all the information about your job, such as your salary, the contract duration, and all of these things shouldn't be vague or very hard for you to understand. They should be precise and straight to the point. Now, tip number 5 is the company website. I do encourage you guys to cross-check this information, because you will not believe it. As you will see in the example at the end, these people will not use legitimate, websites, even including emails. So things like poor designs, incomplete information, this should already raise, your alarm that this could be another red flag, because these people, again, they are after your money, and we want to do all that is possible to make sure that we can eliminate and, of course, decrease the chances of this happening to you. Now, the next tip will be unrealistic promises. Now, guys, this one is actually very funny. I'm laughing because you will not believe it. These people will make vague promises. They will offer you things like high salaries, and they will offer you, positions that they will tell you that, you need to deposit the money in the next 2 or 3 days in order for you to be able to consider for this job offer. Now, again, guys, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, and this should be a mark, or it should be an alert, again, like I've mentioned, to show you that these people, there's something that's just not adding up. And of course, this will be your tip to see that those people are likely scammers. Now, a couple of tips that I can probably share with you, again, in addition to this, to identify these scammers is, first of all, the first one, you must make sure that these scammers are not asking you to pay for any documentations upfront. They will probably come through and say you need legal documentation or lawyer's fees in order to get work permits and all of that. Some of, in between those lines, that should also raise a flag to you to see that that's not legitimate. Guys, on cruise ships, especially in America, the only thing that you need amongst many things that will allow you to work there is your C1D visa. That is your crew member in transit visa that will authorize you to travel to the United States and actually go and, leave the airport and go join your ship. If they tell you about, like I've said, any documentation and lawyer's fees, like you will see in our example, that is most likely a scam. In some job scams, an initial email is sent, by the fraudster offering the cruise job. Once you reply to this email, they will send you, an application letter, or in some cases, they'll send you the application letter, as you will see in the example again, together with the offer of employment. Now, this should raise flag again to you guys, because first of all, as I've shared in this 7-step process, my beginner's guide, you are the one that should be applying. And once these guys respond, or the authorized agencies, then the process will continue from there. There is no such thing as they are the one who are looking to offer you a job, then they ask you to fill in applications, then they start collecting fees. If you need to, you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to proceed to the next step. That is total and ultimate BS. That does not happen. And again, this is one of the reasons, guys, why I dedicated my time to start this work and travel overseas so that I can help you as much as I can with, sharing my knowledge and experience in the way that I know, the things are done. And another thing that I really appreciate is that because I do not know everything, I share what I have experienced and I share my knowledge in this case. So if you happen to know anything that maybe I'm not aware of, or if you want to suggest things that you know that can benefit other people, please feel free to send it through to me or mention, in the comment section so that I can bring these topics up. I'm actually planning to spend a little bit of time around this topic before we move on to the next one. It will depend, of course, on how much information I get and on doing my homework and those types of things. Now, please, guys, I suggest that everything that I share with you in this, beginner's guide 7-step process, follow it and use legitimate job agencies, recruiters, because again, I have shared this information in some of the videos that I've made, and it will actually save you a lot of time, it will save you a lot of headaches, and it will save you a lot of stress. Now, I hope that today's video has, in some way added some value to you, or it could help in a way or two. Now, what I want us to do is now to share the example of one of the guys that they sent me, the documents of these fraudsters, so we can again see what it is that it looks like. Now, we're going to go to my laptop. This guy sent me via WhatsApp all of this information, and I just sent it on my email so it can get through to my laptop. So as you can see here, this says Lightweight Travel Wix site. This is even a Wix site. It's not even the legitimate, .com in most cases, which hiring agencies will use. So that should, raise a flag to you guys. Like I've mentioned, when you go to this website, for an example, there is incomplete information. It does not even look professional to even mention. It's just a website. It looks like a copy and paste information that is not even complete. So again, that is something to look out for. Now, the guy shared with me this employment authorization. He called it a EAD, if I'm not mistaken, or if I remember properly. These guys said to him he needs this card or document. As you can see, this contains, very important information of the guy, like his, surname, name, I think also his passport number. And this actually came with a fingerprint. And sorry about that. And the guy was very, confused as to how they got his fingerprint, because he did not, submit. They gave him a lousy answer like, oh, because we asked for your passport details, that's how we got your fingerprints. Guys, that is BS. Now, if we can carry on and see this one, what is this? It says I-765. Okay, I'm going to try and open that one. This was the official letter of employment for these guys. Now, I want you to look at this, guys. It looks like a photo that has been taken from somewhere. And even if you read through this letter here, the position was assistant waiter. Look at this, guys. The salary is $3,500. Guess what? For an assistant waiter, that is BS. Remember the promises, vague promises, high salaries that we spoke about? These are the things to look out for. In my knowledge and experience, guys, Virgin is the only cruise line that offers something like $3,000 for waiters, not even assistant waiter, for waiters in a starting position. So you can already see here, for an assistant waiter, they are offering $3,500. That is not the case. And as you can see, they sent this guy, look at this. There was an application letter, I think somewhere here. I'll try and open this one. And on the very same email, they gave him a contract acceptance letter. If you go through this, it has a job ref number, and there's so much grammar here, guys. If you can just read through it quickly also with me, any candidate that accepts this offer will have to contact the immigration attorney in charge of processing all documents, payments for selected candidates. And then they put Lightweight Travel, that, website we talked about. That is BS, guys. There is no attorney fees. There is no payments for permits or documentation, any documentation that you need to get like visas, you will pay directly, not the agency for them to get it for you. That is not true in my experience. And you can see this thing, guys, it is such, it lacks even, you know, all the full information like the job, let's say details, how, you know, the length of the contract and all the important and necessary documentation, and that is at the end of this thing. As you can see, guys, like I've shared with you in our video previously, this is not true, and I really hope that this video, like I've said, has helped you in a way or two. And please, guys, we are doing this together, like I've said. If again you know of anyone that is going through this situation, please, guys, advise them to rather do their homework, check what it is that is required. I've put in, or I'm putting in everything that I've said, you know, that I'm sharing with you guys. I even dedicated, like I said, and please make sure that you sign up to my newsletter. I'm going to be sending out emails, depending if that works out pretty good, frequently, to share very important information on how to work on a cruise ship. And again, we've come to the end of this video, and I wish you nothing but the best in your application process. Please do leave it in the comments below if you have any questions and if you have any suggestions, like I've mentioned. And again, this is 𝐻𝐑𝐿𝐻𝐿 signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye, my friend.